Hey, what's up guys? Nick the Informative Fisherman here, and today I want to teach you the #1 tip on how to increase the longevity of your hollow body frogs. It's crazy, I thought this was an old school goodie that a lot of people knew about, but I'm hearing that very few people know about it nowadays, so I'm going to teach you a really cool trick. Hey, and while you're listening, stop disregarding your braid. You're going to like this one. I got my buddy right here in studio with me today, my boy Finn. He's learning about filming, and what do you think? You enjoying it so far or no? All right, let's break it down. All right, so right off the bat, you guys know I help design frogs for Savage Gear. You're gonna look at this DC frog right here, and you're gonna notice one modification right off the bat. That's that braid wrap around the nose. Now, this is the modification I'm gonna be showing you guys. If you already know how to do this, then I guess you don't need to watch this video. But you're gonna see all of my frogs, at least my hollow body frogs, I have braid wrapped around the nose. So I wanna show you what the hook looks like inside most hollow body frogs. You can see here is the tie point. That nose section comes around that. So what happens is a lot of the time when you're bass fishing and the bass grabs your frog, he pulls it down the shank. And because these hooks spread apart, that constant pulling back and forth of the plastic is what destroys the frog. So by fastening the nose of the frog right there, it's preventing it from sliding down the shank. Therefore, you have 2, 3, 4 times the longevity of your frog because it cannot slide down that. It pulls it back on that head. And what that is, it's a little cam action, which allows that to where if the bass grabs it, that can turn and then those hooks can get them like so, which is a great addition for any hollow body frog to have. And pretty much 99% of the frogs on the market have that, but rarely ever will you see them fastened around the head. A popping frog, you usually really don't have much to fasten to there. Some of them are the exception, but this is the trick I'm showing you. So let's break it down. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab a Monster Bass box, and I know this is a recent box with a ton of top water. I'm gonna take this Vicious frog and show you how to do it right out of the box. Let's break it. Whoa, that's a very soft frog. This may be good over a thinner vegetation or even an open water frog. It's super, super soft. But you can see right there, does it have the cam? It does. All right, so that means we can fasten that nose portion. Now, I never get rid of my braided line. I throw it in sandwich baggies like this once I take it off the reel and I know what it is. Usually about 75% of your line is never touched. You only use that top working portion of your line, so the rest of your braid is really good. And I'm gonna do a video on everything you can use old braid for. So if you're not subscribed to this channel, please consider doing so. And if you do not have the bell notification on, Google and YouTube essentially shadow ban my channel to where if you don't have that bell on, you're not gonna get notifications from me. So all I'm gonna do is pull out maybe 18 to 20 inches of that line. Now I just have a little torch lighter right here. I'm just gonna cut it off with like so. And now I have a good amount of working braid to work with right there. And you can see always my lighters are obnoxiously loud. Zebra, pink, I wanna know where they are. And I got about, probably 20, 21 inches of leftover braid to work with. Now the only thing I'm gonna do right here, and bear with me, I have shaky hands, I was born with essential tremors. All I'm gonna do is try to get that frog right in the middle of my line. And I'm just gonna do an overhand square knot to get it started. This is nothing elaborate. I'm gonna try to line up that square knot right around the head of it. Use my fingers, and just the initial knot getting it started on there is what you really wanna work it down to, because that's kind of the most complicated part. So right there, you can see it's getting fastened down, and now we have that initial square knot like so. Hopefully I can zoom in on that and show you. I'm just going to put my hand on the back of the frog and just do another square knot. These are just basic overhand square knots. This is nothing special, you guys. Literally anyone can do this trick right here. So all I'm going to do is go around 6 to 8 times, and I'm going to flip the frog over each time I do it like so. Not very complicated. So let's jump through to the 8 loops, and I'm going to show you what I do at the end. You just want to make sure your loops are lining up over the top of each other. You don't want it going back to the eye, so keep an eye on your knots as you fasten those square knots to make sure it looks nice and clean. Like so, you want to put a good amount on there. Those 6 to 8 loops is going to be great. All right, now that we did our 6 to 8 square knots, you can see it's a pretty good amount around there. All I'm going to do is take a lighter at this point, and I'll just use a regular one to show you. My zebra one, nice and fancy for you guys, right? I'm going to just blow it right there. And what this is referred to in European carp fishing, it's called blotting. And what you can see, the end of the braid actually got thicker, which is going to prevent it from pulling through. I still have this tag in on the other side here. Just blow it. As it gets within about an 1/8 inch of touching the main knot, you want to blow it. And then what that's going to do is it's going to blot that in. Now what that's going to do is prevent that frog from sliding down that cam, and that's going to greatly increase the longevity of your frog. That one little modification right there, guys, is going to prevent it from tearing and ripping. It's going to work fantastic.
Where's his butthole?
Hollow body frogs don't have buttholes, bud.
Oh.
Tell everybody thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
At the camera, the people are home watching. They say thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Ribbit. Ribbit.